Hi, this is Joe again with another review. And for discussion, we're going to have in this video, we're going to be discussing a television series that aired, or used to air on the Sci-Fi channel before it was canceled. I think it was aired for like 3 years. And it was one of the many shows that the History Channel has put on for the UFOs. It's kind of an interest of mine because, and what the show I'm going to be talking about is UFO Hunters. Because I always felt that, because I grew up, and unlike most of the people who probably will be watching this video, and I have always kind of had interest with UFOs and space, because I grew up watching space programs during the 70s. Because that was when the reruns of the original Star Trek series was in their prime before any of the movies came out. Because I was like 8 years old when the first Star Trek movie came out, so it was the first 8 years of my life I was constantly watching the reruns. And for now 6 years after that, the reruns were on regular TV and decent hours, most people could watch it. And then of course I happened to eventually tape all of these Star Trek episodes. So it was always, and it was on the Sci-Fi shows during the 70s. But with so we'll be discussing, like I said earlier, the UFO Hunters. And what the UFO Hunters is, for those of you who never seen the show, and I'm a little bit angry and annoyed over this, that at one point all 37 episodes of UFO Hunters were on YouTube. Yeah. That's how I got to see it, but I didn't have cable at the time when the History Channel was constantly airing new episodes of the UFO Hunters. So I happened to catch them. A friend of mine recommended the show, so I happened to have internet. I did have the internet then. So I figured, let me see if I can check them out on YouTube. And I happened to eventually see all 37 episodes of the series, and I, quote unquote, liked them. And I happened to have it in such a way where I could see from one episode to the next on my liked video playlist. But of course, as the old saying goes, all good things must come to an end, and most of the episodes have been blacked at one time or another. And I think I found, whole, I think like 20 something, 22 or 23 of the 37 episodes. And most of the episodes have been blacked. And copyright rules. Come on, guys. The powers that be on YouTube should be a little more. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't put on the copyright claim, but I feel it's getting a little bit ridiculous. It's true. Every country is a little bit tougher, but I feel that anybody who posts a show or a movie on YouTube, the whole world should see it, not just in certain countries when the covering laws are a little more lax. Right now here in the United States, where I happen to live in, the covering rules are a little bit strict. Or I think they're stricter than most other countries around the world. But it's still not an excuse. I feel there should be, list all the episodes and have them all on YouTube of any television show. Complete. And another thing that annoys me is that some of the shows that I have found, or some of the episodes that I found recently, have ads in the middle of the show. It means you watch the show for like 5 minutes and there's a commercial. Then you go on for another 5 minutes, same commercial. Another 5 minutes, another commercial. It's ridiculous. Well, anyway, back to the show. What UFO Hunters is, or was a guy Bill Burns, who runs UFO magazine. I guess he appeared enough in his other UFO shows that was on the History Channel from time to time. So what he did was he captured a team of scientists and other UFO researchers to go around not only the United States but around the world to investigate certain UFO cases. And of course, some of the cases, of course, I have heard about. And most anybody who follows ufology, as it's called, or UFO stories, of course, eventually heard of some stories. like Roswell, for example, which is the granddaddy, one of the granddaddies, if not the granddaddy UFO story. And then this one of the episodes, they do go to the Foster Sheep Ranch where allegedly UFO crashed there. But also they also discuss the other famous events. One of them, of course, is the Rendition Force incident, which is titled under the episode "Military versus UFOs." It was one of the better episodes when they actually go to Rendition Force and go to Bentwaters base, what was formerly the Bentwaters base in England, when the United States had a base there, and they had one of the most famous UFO incidents. Now, of course, they also did an episode called UFO Crashes, which I also thought was pretty good, but it didn't focus on one of the more famous cases, because most of it had to do with Needles, California, which was the most recent UFO crash at the time of this taping. But it should have focused more on the other famous crash. I mean, I'm not talking about Roswell, they did an episode on that, but I'm talking about one that's in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. They did like maybe 10 minutes of a show on the Kecksburg crash. And of course, they also had an episode which I've heard of on Unsolved Mysteries, which before the History Channel came along, Unsolved Mysteries used to be the show which covered a lot of the UFO stories. And this one I have heard of was called the Cash Landrum incident, which on the UFO Hunters show was called UFO Alien Contact. I forgot what the actual title of it was. No, Alien Fallout. Excuse me. That was the title. Not on Fallout, but Alien Fallout. With Benny Cash, Hopi Landreth, and his grandmother had contact with an alien, with an alien ship, and they got radiation poisoning, and one of them died of the cancers that developed. Not so sure with the other one, but I heard that story originally in Unsolved Mysteries, so they had that one on there. Plus, most cases was Invasion Texas, which has been deleted. I mean, the full episode has been deleted. Which dealt with the 2008 when they were investigating one particular incident, another incident popped up in Texas. They also did one, of course, another famous incident in 1987, the Phoenix Lights. Arizona Lights. They also did one with the First Contact, which involved Texas, which was one of the earlier episodes. But as a series, I thought it was quite good. Unlike like the UFO Files or the Conspiracy, which they took a couple of episodes of the Conspiracy theory show that History Channel had and put into the UFO Files franchise. There was the Kecksburg crash. They did the Majestic 12, and for the Area 51 conspiracies, which of course they also did in the UFO Hunters. They also did UFO 51, Area 52. There was a new base, supposedly a new underground base. It's the U.S. government supposedly housing and experimenting on UFO, capturing UFOs. You know, they have a show called Reverse Engineering, Underwater USOs, underwater bases, and some of the stories were really interesting stories, but they also had done actual experiments trying to capture what the person saw, or the witnesses saw in a particular instance, which is kind of interesting because they're trying to find a scientific explanation of what happened in these instances, which I think differs from UFO Hunters than any other of these UFO shows, which does explain the story and does have talk to whether witnesses have to be there or relatives of witnesses that happen to be still alive, and then that's about it. They don't really investigate; they just talk to people and explain what the story is. It's almost the same thing what Unsolved Mysteries did. in front of a rubber stack. Unfortunately, those UFO stories, majority of them are not on YouTube anymore. Which me, as a fan, also, like I did my also mystery review, I think it stinks. But for UFO Hunters, I think it was one of the better UFO series that the History Channel has done. Unfortunately, the History Channel, being the sons of bitches that they are, they constantly have been blocking people from posting these episodes online on YouTube, which I think stinks. Personally, because YouTube has become such a huge thing that became a part of our lives in a lot of respects. Like me, for example, I'm not having to have this forum if not for YouTube. They're able to go online, do review, BS a little bit of movies or television shows, whatever, without this forum. And thankfully, YouTube has not been taking down any of my videos because these are private videos, which I'm doing. When I mean private, I mean privately, and I'm doing this myself. Unfortunately, I'm not making any money off these videos yet. Some of my friends will sometimes look forward to having my videos online, so you can look for them. Sometimes to make fun of me for the name that I use, but I feel that the History Channel should back off of the copyright claim and allow these shows to be viewed by everybody. Because not everybody has cable TV. That's how I was able to see the UFO Hunters on YouTube. Because they didn't have cable to see these shows. And I found out I was interested in watching these UFO shows. He said to me, "You heard of UFO Hunters?" I said, "No." He said, it's a good show. They actually investigate UFOs. I said, "Oh." Then I happened to see it on YouTube, and I got hooked watching that show. But like I said, I do like the show. I do like the format of them investigating this stuff. And I think by the third season, they had one cynic. They didn't have Ted Edward, who was a scientist, and he does do actual experiments on these various UFO stories to prove scientifically what these people saw or what they claim they saw. And by the third season, you had a cynic on there who was questioning Bill Burns' theories. And I thought it was pretty good because I think for these type of shows, you do have to have at least one cynic. One UFO cynic or one UFO debunker to prove all that stuff. And then when they had the story with the Mansion Forest incident, I did like the fact because the theory of the UFO debunkers out there was it was a lighthouse. And the Mansion Forest was a lighthouse. So the confused UFO with a lighthouse. On the show, it did debunk the debunkers. Nah. But so that's what I like. I like when they disprove all these theories. It has to be this. The military guys got all wrong. It's a lighthouse, or it's a comet, it's this, that, or anything else, but UFOs. But as a show, I do enjoy the show. So I suggest that before YouTube takes out all the episodes, you should watch this show. Well, that's my review of the UFO Hunters on the UFO Hunters TV show. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.